Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're just waiting for life to happen to you? Well, today I want to share a story that might just change the way you see everything. It's about a man who discovered that the power to transform his entire life was already in his hands. Our story begins at a busy city railway station, where a beggar spent his days asking for alms from passengers. His life was a constant cycle of asking, receiving just enough to get by, and then asking again. One afternoon he spotted a tall, well-dressed man in a sharp suit. He looks rich, the beggar thought. Will definitely give me a good amount. So he approached the man, held out his hand, and began his usual plea. But the rich man didn't reach for his wallet. Instead, he looked at the beggar and asked a question that would echo in his mind for days. You always asking from others? Do you ever give anything to anyone? The beggar was taken aback. Sir, I'm just a beggar, he stammered. Only ask for help. What could I possibly have to give? The tall man replied firmly, If you can't give anything, then you have no right to ask. I'm a businessman, and I believe in a simple principle: give and take. If you have something to offer me, then I'll have something to give you in return. With that, he stepped onto the train and was gone. The beggar stood there, stunned. The man's words weren't just a refusal, they were a challenge. They burrowed deep into his heart. He started to wonder, is that why I don't get much? Because I have nothing to offer? He thought about it for 2 long days, but couldn't figure out what a poor beggar like him could possibly give. On the 3rd day, as he sat near the tracks, feeling defeated, he noticed something beautiful. Wildflowers were blooming in a small patch of earth nearby. An idea sparked in his mind. What if I give these flowers to people when they give me money? It felt right. It felt a small bouquet of colorful flowers.
Eat.
That day, when he went onto the train to beg, he did something different. Every time someone gave him a coin, he offered them a flower in return. To his surprise, people smiled. They happily accepted the small gift. A few days passed and a remarkable change occurred. More and more people started giving him alms.
What?
His little exchange was working. He created a new routine. Pick flowers in the morning and give them 2 kind passengers. He noticed that as long as he had flowers to give, the money came in. When he ran out of flowers, his earnings dropped. One day, his heart leaped. He saw the very same tall man in the suit sitting on the train. Filled with a newfound confidence, he hurried over. Sir, he said excitedly, today I have something to give you. If you give me alms, I will give you these flowers in return. A smile spread across the tall man's face. He handed the beggar some money and graciously accepted the flowers. Wonderful, the man said. Today, you have become a businessman, just like me. He then got off at his station, leaving the beggar with another powerful thought. A businessman. The word resonated within him. He felt a surge of joy and excitement he hadn't felt in years. A new light sparked in his eyes. He realized he had found the key to unlock his future, looked up the train, looked up at the sky, and shouted with all his might, I am not a beggar. I am a businessman. I can become rich. The people around him just stared, thinking he'd lost his mind. But from that day forward, the beggar was never seen at that station again. Now, let's fast forward 6 months. On a train at that same station, 2 men in suits found themselves sitting near each other. They made eye contact, and one of them extended a hand. Do you recognize me? He asked with a friendly smile. The second man, who was our original businessman, looked puzzled. I'm sorry, he said. I don't believe we've met before. The first man's smile widened. Oh, we've met. Not just once, but twice before. Right here on this train. The businessman was completely baffled. Twice, I'm afraid I don't recall. The first time, the man explained, I was a beggar, and you taught me what I needed to do with my life. The second time, you showed me who I truly was. Recognition dawned on the businessman's face. Wait, I remember now. You're the beggar I refused to give money to, and then, I bought flowers from you. But look at you now in a suit. What are you doing these days? Psst. The former beggar nodded. That's right. But today, I am a successful flower wholesaler. I'm on my way to another city for a business deal. He paused. Then continued. In our first meeting, you taught me a fundamental law of nature. We only receive when we give. The rule of give and take is real. I experienced it firsthand. But even then, I still saw myself as a beggar. I couldn't imagine being anything else. But in our second meeting, he went on, "You called me a businessman." That's when it finally clicked. People weren't giving me charity. They were buying my flowers. They were customers. I was providing a product they wanted at a price they liked. In their eyes, I was a small vendor. But in my own mind, I was still a beggar. Until you made me see the truth, with the money I earned, I started buying flowers from the market to sell. People in this city love flowers, and their demand helped me build my business from the ground up. The two men, now equals, smiled at each other. They got off the train together, two businessmen walking side by side, already deep in conversation about their next venture. This story teaches us a profound lesson. It's not our circumstances that define us, but our mindset. The moment the beggar stopped seeing himself as someone who only takes and started seeing himself as someone who gives, his world began to change. And the moment he truly believed he was a businessman, he became one. What do you have to give? It might not be flowers. It could be a skill, a kind word, your time, or an idea. But the principle remains the same. Shift your focus from what you can get to what you can give, and you'll be amazed at how much you receive in return. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that inspires. See you in the next video.